welcome to the live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. How we doing? Dude, perfect first. As I'd expect no less. 50, what's up? Luke, how you doing? Muffy, how are you, my guy? What's up, Marvin? Well, I mean, Muffy is Marvin. Kuzari, what's good? I see you in there. Nugget of Purity, hello. Jar Pickled, what's good? OC7909, hello, everybody. 50 saying I should say I for Gora for YouTube poop reasons. Well, there you go. Stranica, how you doing? Scrub, what's up? Stranica, you're not gonna be able to stay today? No worries. If you want to see what happened during the Stanley Parable, you can always catch it on the VOD. Exclamation point VODs. How's everybody doing? Scrub, nice to see you here again. Welcome, people. Welcome. How have you guys' day been? Mine's been pretty good. Mainly editing. Yeah, basically. I made a... Listen, I won't get into it. The video will be out soon. Kuzari saying, I see that this is a relatively short game. Yeah, it's a pretty short game. We should be done with it either in this stream or on tomorrow's stream. It's not a very long game, so you should be able to get it done pretty quickly. And then after that, we're going to be trying to see if I can beat Downwell. We'll see how long that takes me. Will you be showing off the last of your PS3 games this stream? No, that's going to be in a future stream. It could potentially be during the next Reddit Monday, potentially. But no, we won't be doing that for the rest of this week. We're going to just be playing games this week. But don't worry, the rest of the PS3 collection will be shown. You can rest assured about that. 50 saying my day's been good, except for this hyper-aggressive fly that thinks I'm in the airport. Yeah, the flies really be out. In fact, I need to turn on my fan right now. But yeah, the flies are out and aggressive. We've had like loads of flies just about the past few weeks. I bought PlayStation now, so I've been playing the first God of War. Nice one, Scrub. Nice one. In fact, we were talking about God of War 1 and 2 for the PS2 because I actually got the remastered collection on the PS3. So that was a lot of fun. So nice, enjoy. It's a great game. Are you gonna play the second one as well? See me, I just looked up the Stanley Parable and I saw that it only takes 2 hours to get all the endings and secrets. I heard that it takes 2 hours to beat and then more time to get all the endings, but we'll see anyway. We'll see. Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of ukulele pop from people like Kai Dreams and Surfaces. I don't think I've ever heard of ukulele pop before. Like when I think ukulele pop, I literally just think of that default ukulele song that all the YouTubers use. Let me pull it up right now. Ukulele YouTube song. No, these aren't the ones. You know what song I'm talking about. Hold on. If I type in Kevin MacLeod, because he's the guy who makes the default YouTube song. Okay. I'm gonna play it now. I think I found it. When I think ukulele pop, this is what comes to mind. You know what I mean? So, yeah. How does this video only have 300 views though? Wait, look at what I'm looking at right now. 300 views, that's it. Interesting. Don't worry, I won't subject you to it any longer. That'll be enough of that. That's enough of that. You know the song Sunday Best, songs like that. Sunday Best. I know that's like your best clothes for when you go to church. Surfaces, Sunday Best. Maybe I've heard this before. I don't want to get claimed, so I'm gonna add this to my watch later and give it a listen. Maybe I do know it. Yo, Reinforcements, what's up? Saying I love this game. I'm looking forward to playing it. The thing that actually got me to know about the game was, Total Biscuit. He had a series called WTF Is, and it was a review and first impressions series of different games. And he did a video called WTF Is/Isn't the Stanley Parable. And I just thought it was really cool. I can't remember a thing from the video, but, rest in peace to Total Biscuit. I would always watch his videos to know what's going on in the world of PC gaming back when I didn't even have a PC. So yeah, this is how I came to know about the game, and I've had it in my wish list ever since. And I think they gave it away for free at some point, because I actually had the game in my library and I don't even remember when I got it. So yeah, we're gonna be playing that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I've just noticed that my chat is slightly out of space. So yeah, all right, this should be better. That should be good. Sweet. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it. I also searched up the definition of parable just so we can get a quick refresher in case anyone doesn't know. So a parable is a simple story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson as told by Jesus in the Gospels. So, you know, I guess there's going to be some sort of play on morality with this game, which I am curious about. I'm going in completely blind. I don't know a thing about this game, but I have heard that it's quite weird, quite an odd one, hence the name of the stream. So, yeah. Yeah, rest in peace, a Total Biscuit. Parable sounds like a big boy word. Davey Redden games are amazing. Okay, is Davey Redden, is that the game designer for this? Okay, nice one, nice one. It was free on Epic Games for a bit. Oh, I didn't even see that. But okay, cool, cool. Yo, Craig on TV, what's good? I'm here, but I'll be gaming on the games. Cool, cool. I learned more English literature and grammar from watching you than actually going to school. Scrub, I maybe you just need to pay more attention in school. I don't know. Like, Simi, what is Naughty Dog's latest game that they've released? The Last of Us Part 2. Dude, perfect. Is that a trick question? Oh, what's going on? Man, who knew having a Discord with 13 idiots is chaotic? The Surge Pro. You talking about? Well, what Discord server are you talking about there? I learned better English from the Spanish teachers. Harry, what's up? We're playing the Stanley Parable today. Will you play Skate 4 when it comes out? I've never played a skate game before, but I mean, if people say it's good, you know, I'm gonna wait for what the reception is. If people say it's good, I could add it to the list. You know what I mean? Wow, my desktop wallpaper just changed right in front of me. Did you see the lighting on my face change? I don't know how bright the screen is, but this is my desktop background now, even though you didn't see what it was before. But yeah. Also, I've made my face cam slightly larger. So yeah, I mean, let me know what you think of that, but it's ever so slightly larger in the little screen there. Have I played Splitgate? Yes, I have played Splitgate. I have. What was Insomniac Games' first game they created? I don't know. Spyro? That's my guess, but I don't know what their first game they created was. Larger face cam equals larger brain. That's true. That is 100% true. Will you play Saints Row 5 when it eventually comes out? Actually, forget that. Will you play Saints Row 2 one day? It's literally the best game ever made. I don't care what anyone says. I don't have any intention to play a Saints Row game. I will never say never, but I don't plan on it. What wallpaper pack is that? Because it's always amazing wallpapers. Ken, I appreciate that. And I appreciate that compliment even more because it's not a wallpaper pack. I personally pick every wallpaper. Every few months, I go searching desktop wallpapers. I just look and look and look. And I'm like, okay, I like that. Boom. So it's a custom wallpaper pack. I just found them from the internet. So yeah. Exclamation point wallpapers. Maybe I should actually make some sort of Google Drive file where everyone can just get the wallpapers or something. But they're not mine. Like, I didn't create the art. It's literally just I found them online. So if you search wallpapers into Google Images, you'll find the same images. He personally picks the pieces to place on his PC for passing periods. Is that supposed to be a tongue twister or a... I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be a tongue twister. I'd pay money for those. Nice, nice. Drop some bits. I'm joking. I'm joking. Simi so close, but Spyro was their second game. Their first game was a PS1 game called Disruptor. Oh, okay. I'm not sure. You know what? I feel like I might have heard of Disruptor. I don't know. You got IMC with the pen, pineapple, apple, pen as well. I see. I'll drop some bits when you do the Wii Sports stream you have promised over here. See, I get a bit suspicious when you guys use the word promise. Did I say I might do it one day and you've translated that to I promised? Let's just make sure we're not misappropriating language here. The first two are pretty similar to typical GTA. We're talking about Saints Row, right? But with a stronger focus on gangs. They're the only ones worth playing, but the first Saints Row game is only on Xbox. I think you'd like Saints Row 2. It's definitely got something for everyone. Okay, interesting. We got that IGN review. There's a little something for everyone. But okay, cool. Appreciate it, Pippin Bam Bam. You're saying Saints Row 2. You know, I might add that to the list then. The list is long, but I might add it there. Why don't you play Stick Fight the game? I pretty much only played that for the game show episode, and even in the game show episode, I kind of expressed that I didn't like the game that much. Granted, it's probably changed a fair amount since I last played it, but yeah, it's just I just wasn't that into it overall. Yo, Kevin, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Okay, so Dude Perfect is fully doing trivia here. When did Spyro the Dragon come out? My guess is 1997. That's my guess. There you go. All right, let me load up this game. We're going to be getting into the Stanley Parable. Yeah, I just checked it beforehand to see if I wanted to play with the mouse or the controller. And I think mouse and keyboard is going to be the way to go for this stream. So we'll do it like that. So without further ado, oh, let me switch the category before because it's gonna like glitch out and do some weird stuff otherwise. There we go. Cool. All right, let's get this show on the road, why don't we? No spoilers in chat. All right. Here we are, people. I'm gonna hide the chat right now. Oh, Kevin, you're back from vacation. Oh, nice one, bro. Nice one. It sounds like you had a good time. Happy you're back, my guy. I mean, you're kind of, in terms of distance, I swear you're like barely closer to the UK, but, you know, glad you're back home anyway. Simi streams on Friday. That means he promised he was gonna play Friday Night Funkin'. Reinforcement saying I shouldn't leave the first room. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. Alright. You ready for this, people? We're playing the Stanley Parable. I know nothing about this game. I'm going in completely blind. One thing I think is interesting is like you have the monitor here, which is showing everything like really small. So that's kind of odd, but yeah. Alright, let's do this. End is the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. The end is never, okay. Didn't expect it to take so long to load, but cool. Thank you, 50. Thank you. I'm not gonna lie. I thought this game's pretty old. I wasn't expecting it to be so long.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Wait, why was that room on its own?
Something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. Right. Okay, so yeah, I think the narrator is going to be narrating the whole experience. So I've been told not to leave the room. I guess the narrator's going to be pissed at me or something. So let's just wait here for a while and see what happens. I wonder how long I have to wait here for something to happen though. Narrator gonna piss on me? What the flip? I don't think it's that kind of game, IMC. I'm not gonna lie to you. Would it be better to move your face cam to the left of the screen? Do you think so? Because of the subtitles, right? Maybe. Should I do that? You know what? Let's do that real quick. The screen's gonna go black, but don't worry. It'll be fine. Let me just adjust this. Alright, we're gonna move it over here. Because I was thinking the same thing, actually. Alright, that should be fine. I'll bring the game back. Begin the game again. Why would I want to do that? Yeah, I can't even like do anything. Like all I'm doing is walking around. So I feel like oh, you were thinking middle left? I think it's fine. I think my face cam is fine here. Unless, do I still block the subtitles? You know what? I might still block them. If I still block them, I'll move it again. I'm not gonna lie. I want to leave this room. If something happens when I don't leave the room, we'll do it next time. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I misread that as meme at first.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
This reminds me of that SpongeBob episode where everyone left town. I swear that was SpongeBob, right? I think so.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do I have to enter the door on the left? I feel like being a rebel.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I find it very menacing how,
Yes, really worth it being here in the room.
how the doors close behind me.
A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I mean, don't mind me. I'm just exploring. I mean, it really is
At
just
this
a freaking
point,
empty room.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Thank you, bro. I'm just exploring your damn game. Okay, let me see what he's gonna say next.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Okay, so the narrator has acknowledged it's a freaking game. Is he gonna say anything else? He might say something else, I don't know. 50 Cent, nah, that was EastEnders. What the flip? That would actually be an interesting episode of EastEnders. I might actually watch that one.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'm sorry. I'm just looking around. Alright, if I play this again, I'll follow all the instructions perfectly, but I just want to see. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off of the cargo lift, $5,000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
What? Okay, just a sec. I can see that I am still blocking the subtitles, so I'll move myself here. And that should be okay, I believe. Okay. Hopefully that's good. Maybe I shouldn't have made the freaking my face cam bigger. Is there an alternative way I can go? Alright. Whoa, what? This is a completely black room. Okay. Flipping hell.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
What?
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Dude. $427, that's my office.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go.
I can't move.
All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about
Your day.
Oh my god.
Gotcha. Oh,
That kind of scared me, I'm not gonna
Did
lie.
you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
I feel like this is about to be a commentary
This is a
about
very sad
life.
story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Press T on your keyboard. I don't want to. Oh, I can't move anywhere. Okay, fine.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
I
Now
mean,
he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
F's in the chat.
But in his mind, In his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Okay, so I'm Stanley, obviously, because I'm just pressing these keys.
And so he began to fantasize
What
about
the
his
flip?
own
Where's the
job.
TV?
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Wait, am I in a dream right now then? Spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Okay.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths
The kitchen
and
is gone.
destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Huh? What? At least my wife is still here. How you doing, boo?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press 8 to tell your wife you love her.
But there is no answer.
What?
How could there possibly be?
Damn it.
In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he
Oh
always has.
crap, it's
Nothing
putting
has
my
changed.
office back
The
together.
longer he spends here, the more invested he gets.
Oh,
the more
crap.
he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Bro, this is like... Nothing's gonna happen if I don't do it. I have to do it, don't I? Because it's the game. If I don't do it, then the game's over. And if I press it, it's gonna put me back in the room I was in at the start. I mean, the room is already building around me. So I'm gonna have to be I'm gonna have to be a bot.
You see? He does not hear me. How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
A mirror. Press E to question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die?
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Alright, we're loading. Oh, we're back. We're back, okay. This is kind of dark. I swear it is. What's up, iPhoney? What's up, Queenie Star? Speedrun done. Alright, the clock is moving. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Right, we've been here before. Okay, I'll now do exactly what he says I should do.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
This is an actual, like, Microsoft PowerPoint, like, template. Alright, what's the next slide? Everyone is unique, you most of all. Thank you. I mean, it does look like a pretty, you know, depressing place to work. But I guess this is just a regular workplace, isn't it? Rare which charts on the same slide depict the same information. What? Rate of increase in graphs per slide. What? Please no more charts. Please, I'm begging, stop. The boss appreciation minute. On your boss appreciation minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out the triplicate and return to your boss appreciation specialist. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, but more inclined towards conflict, unless you're the kind of person who initiates conflict, why did we hire you? Oh, I can't. Whoa! Bro! Relax. I can't read this quickly.
Stanley just stood there doing nothing at all. He seems to think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
Indeed. I was just intrigued by the PowerPoint. You can't blame me, can you? Bi-quarterly post-review review. Bi-quarterly? So does that mean twice a quarter? We need less reviews. Teenage demographic, big net. What sort of company is this? What do you guys think they produce here? Throw some ideas in the bin. Little illustration of a bin. Space between the teenagers. What? More water coolers. Bro, what are they even making here? Whiteboard manager. Meeting schedule. This is made by someone who is a very disgruntled office employee. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Hire someone to synergize papers. Who moved my desk? See, I can see why everyone left here. I wouldn't want to work here either. What is this? Monetize free to play. Is this a gaming company? I think this is a gaming company. Because they also said like teenagers and all that, like appeal to them.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I said I'd follow all the rules this time, so I'm gonna go upstairs. Executive bathroom. Okay, have to go through here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Keypad behind the boss's desk. 5. I clicked it.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, crap. Over here. Okay. Wait, let me see. I mean, this is a terrible office. I would hate to be in here. Don't like that wallpaper one bit. Okay, got a generator. Elevator. Do I press the button? Sweet. I am Psychic Ibsy, you're right. Alright, so I've gotten further by following what I'm being told to do.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Can I get some lights, please?
Stanley walked straight
What
ahead
the
through the
flip?
large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape. Okay, so I have to go downstairs and I have to go through the escape. Like, I'm looking at what the alternatives are. Should I? Okay, yeah, we'll go through. What's written on that? It's not even in English.
The
In
lights
any
rose
language.
on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Dude. This is one of those, like, evil sci-fi bases. Okay.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Oh,
their true nature revealed.
crap.
Each bore
Where's
the number of an
427? That's
employee
me.
in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
That's my one right there, right? 427 in the middle. This is gonna take me up.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his
Bro.
emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
I'm not gonna
It
lie,
was
Stanley isn't
unthinkable.
saying all that.
Wasn't it?
To be honest.
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Okay, we're stepping out.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Apparently, okay. So where do I go? Like, alright, I guess I'll head up. Bro, I'm legit even confused where I am. I'm gonna head upstairs here. Four. Okay. What did that do? Alright, I pressed it 4 times. On the 4th time, something happened. It made a different sound. So I guess I just pressed them all the number of times that's written on there, I suppose. Wait, what? That one made a different sound after only 2. What's going on?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay. My mouse is now flashing. Is the game closing or...
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Am I gonna leave this place or what?
Even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all
I don't believe what's happening. I feel like this is a trap.
Perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
What's the alternative? Is this a door? Like, can I really leave? I feel like I'm about to get trolled.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley works at McDonald's after this. The end is never the end. Oh my goodness, what? I'm back. I thought, what? Okay, we're gonna follow the instructions up until the point where it says go upstairs. Then I'll go downstairs. But why am I freaking back here?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We didn't even go through that room that there was before.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
I'm out.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Just checking if there's any loot back here. Tilted Towers vibe. You know how it is.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Bro.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
That's what I've been
And
wondering.
for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
Crap.
And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Whoa, okay.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Who is the narrator?
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
This is so existential, man.
Odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams. The truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley
I think I just have to wait for this
right
monologue to be over.
as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely,
Jesus
if he
Christ.
could just...
This is getting a bit...
He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control. This was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. To the start. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Bruh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, And in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Ran? So she didn't call an ambulance? What? Mate. Game, don't break the fourth wall for 0.2 seconds challenge. And we're freaking back here.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
Mate.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, so we're gonna follow the instructions until I can escape instead of going straight ahead into that room.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover
remember what the
not
code
an
was.
indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody.
Anyone
He
remember what
began
the code
wildly
was?
tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible,
thank you,
he
50.
didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Shut up, mate.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Okay. Alright, I'm calm.
Feeling soothed
I'm calm.
and rejuvenated,
Let's go.
Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
So now we're gonna escape when we get the chance to escape. Oh man.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Bye.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end
What?
of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
What would happen if I just decided to turn out? What happens if I just go back
But
out?
of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Alright, I'm going back.
Nope, still on board with death.
I don't want the doors to close behind me. Let's go. Bro, is it? I'm about to die?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
F you.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Maybe if I confront my death, I'll actually freaking make progress in this game. Let's go! Okay. I thought I was gonna see the gruesome death, you know what I mean? I'm not dead.
As the machine whirred into motion when Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected
Oh,
that his life
crap.
had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Oh, crap.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
Oh,
Perhaps
man.
his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, Jesus. Alright. Bye. Huh?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What? What? I was fully ready for that to be the end. What?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
I guess, yeah. I mean, if you don't make any of your own decisions ever, are you really living? Stanley's computer. Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path of Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development through core layout, although the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. So yeah, I walk through here, into here. I turn. Wait, what? Wait. So this is my office, and I walk through. Oh yeah, and then I come through here, and then there. Oh yeah, then there are the two doors. The set of two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. The pacing of this opening section was important to get it right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. Okay. This is literally about the development of the game. But I'm playing it as Stanley. Filing cabinets. Office computers. What does that even say? I can't even really read what that says. Installing something. It says installing something. That's Solitaire. Employee database. Am I on there? I don't see it saying my name. Oh, I can't even step onto that. The office. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Okay. Oh, are these the credits of the game? Wait, am I at the end of the game? Wait, what? Hold on. Kevin Brighting as the narrator. Written and designed by Davey Redden and William Pugh. Kevin MacLeod, we were literally just listening to his freaking ukulele music. Wait, what? These are the credits? Maintenance room, an early version of the maintenance room. Oh, and we have a printer. The point of the Stanley Parable HD remix is to lose. Am I going crazy? Maybe it isn't the same image that was... Wait, was that clock there before? I don't remember. How do I go back? Can you check for me? More endings, fewer endings, more narrators, fewer narrators, more Stanley, less Stanley. These are screenshots of the Stanley Parable HD remix. The point of the Stanley Parable HD remix is to win, which is a direct contradiction of that other poster. We got some Call of Duty Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the... Shout out to Dan with the Prime subscription. Thanks a lot, I appreciate that. Thank you. You know, it's a good thing I put my face cam back on the left, otherwise it would have covered that up. It's far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. I mean, the game is very on the nose already, but sure. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. No, it's a freaking bike? What? Oh, okay. I think I get it. Is this... I'm kind of confused, like... Greenlight. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to Greenlight, Valve's process of approving games for Steam. The Greenlight page had only a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. Oh, so these were the... This is what was there for Greenlight. I don't... Is this the end of the game? From Dink Dunk, subject gay. What? Where did it go? Is this like subject gay? Ben Steger, gloves, dead strong bad. How do you type with boxing gloves on, Ben? What? I have burning questions. For instance, on a scale of Max Ernst to Salvador Dali, how surreal would this game be? Were you born with a magnificent Okay, these are emails from people who are like playing the game or something? I think they're talking about the game. Will the game feature capybaras? Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these in further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. Okay. So this is a little museum of the game. But I don't know if this is still part of the game or if I'm actually just at the end. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, the timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Meeting room. Okay, wait. So yeah, there are loads of endings depending on when you choose to follow the narrator or go against the narrator. Maintenance layout. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right, since players would replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. Okay. I don't even know where I am anymore. The game is now paused. Begin the game again, resume the game, options, return to menu. For a long time we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Oh, okay. So did they remove that then? Zending. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Zending levers. These levers were originally part of the zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color lever they had pulled. I can't pull them myself. And what's this? The zending went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it shortly before launch. Bro, can I get out of here? Oh, okay. Yeah, the exit's right there. Cool, I can get out of here. Let me just quickly, because I didn't check out these rooms. Freedom ending. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Alright, we'll come back upstairs. I just want to quickly see what this is all about. Office clock, self-explanatory. Boss's office, screens from the development of the boss's office. I feel like the wallpaper is still very ugly. Okay. Let me just see what's through here real quick. Wait. Alright, they do lead to different places. Could you shave your beard, Simi, for old time's sake? I'm sorry. It's not happening, bruh. I'm not getting those razor bumps again. An early version of the underground portion of the game.
Stanley pushed the number 6.
Narration outtakes. Kevin Brighting, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game.
Does that sound plausible to you?
Okay, cool. Employee lounge. All right, let's go upstairs. Wait. Countdown desk, one of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. Have we had the countdown ending? I don't think so. Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in the beta. Okay. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with players with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead. Oh. Okay. They keep talking about countdown. An early version of the countdown room. Hold on, where was the exit? What's this? Game design mock-up. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mock-up is still in the game. Okay. Was the exit to the left? Yeah. Cool. Let's go.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Alright, we're turning it off. Confused yet? Duxie, I've been confused.
Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Is she talking about me and the narrator?
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
They're saying I should quit?
Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose.
Oh god. Bro. People saying don't quit, don't quit. It doesn't give an ending? Okay, F it then, we'll continue.
For you. Don't let time
So she tried to save me, basically. Oh, crap. That's it. I have to go to begin the game again. I think I'm just fully dead. Yo. Okay. Bro, what the flip? Ibsy, you gotta bounce? No worries. Sing the tune again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, we're gonna
Stanley
go to the
came
right.
to a set of 2 open. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
So that'll take me to the... Okay, I didn't obey that
And so he
time. So let's see where
detoured
this
through the
takes me.
maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Alright, let's go. So the game is about finding all the
But
endings.
Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
I can't go anywhere else, so...
Oh,
guess-
no, it's to the right, man.
Bro, what the flip? This is about to say, actually, nah.
No,
Yeah,
no,
of
not
course,
the
of
right.
course.
Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
This
it's
one?
clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Oh, bro.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Nope.
Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm?
No.
Okay, from the top.
Flipping hell. Konami code reference. Do you know the meaning of these? I've heard of the Konami code, but I don't actually
All of his
know what the
co-workers were
sequence is.
gone. What could it
Yo,
mean?
Jimbo. Wait,
Stanley
is that
decided to go
Jimbo?
to the meeting room.
What's up?
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, we are going to... Yeah, I know what we're going to do next. We're going to go to the...
When Stanley... Wait.
What?
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or...
I
Hold
did
on.
not.
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Bro, what? There are more doors? This one's over the I can't even get to this one because I can't jump. Okay, let's go through here. Bro, where am I?
I'll say
Huh?
it. This is the worst
What?
adventure I've ever been on.
I
can
went
promise
through
you
there and
there
came through
definitely
here.
was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Everyone knows what you did? Is that what that said?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Mate.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
What the
I might be
flip?
remembering this wrong.
There's no
It's
door.
possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
I mean, it's the only way I can go.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind.
What?
Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Mate, this whole thing is a freaking backtracking simulator. What is this? What?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Yay!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So,
Thank you. I
good
tried.
job.
Are you gonna
no.
you're gonna restart it now?
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay?
Oh wait.
I'm getting
can't even
weirded out
leave
by
them.
whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Bro. Nice, Kevin.
All right,
Yeah, we did.
I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get
Oh,
lost,
what?
I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure
Line.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Bruh. You want me to go through here? I've never even been through here before. I kind of want to follow it. But let me go against first. Duxie saying, do you allow hints, a bit of backseating? When I ask for it. If I'm like stuck and I ask for it, then yeah. But otherwise, let's see if I can figure it out on my own.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay. I literally have no choice.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of
Holy
thought for
crap,
a minute.
where
Just
am-
stick with
what?
me. Now, we can
Okay.
both agree that the nature of existence
just
is
go
in
back
fact
this way then,
a
can't I?
byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience
can't
of
even
this
go
office,
downstairs.
is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was
Bro.
going with all that.
What is
You know
the
what?
point?
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Okay. I'm not feeling this adventure line, I can't lie. This is so loud. What's this going for?
Got the music. Go
Thank
back
you.
and look at that fern.
What? Why?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Bruh, I'm not gonna remember this freaking fern. Sorry.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No.
What?
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh, we're here.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Alright, there are 600 employees in total. The music sounds like a Hat in Time. This whole game is a headache, I'm not gonna lie.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
Bro.
What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Wait, what? What? So I actually entered through this room, and then I made 3 right turns, and I'm not back where I started. What? Alright, there's some game design magic going on here.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
It has a trademark as well. I mean, I guess it is a film franchise, a book series.
A choice.
Or a book.
We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay. So
Do I have
know
to?
that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
Did what he say make any sense?
Then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
What is this? The confusion ending.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
You've been playing the confusion ending for 16 minutes, 14
ending?
seconds.
You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes
restart.
blank
Narrator
simply because it's
forgets
written
about
here on
previous
this
restarts.
thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it.
After a long time, Stanley dies.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
Do
I guess
I
now
have
we
to
just
restart
wait.
the game for it
You
to
know,
happen?
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
I'm so tired, man.
Well, in the meantime...
Flip, what's that? Oh my god. Oh my god. Can this bloody Neek shut up? Oh,
all of his
crap.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Ah,
Stanley
narrator's
decided to go to the
forgotten.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So this is gonna end with me dying a slow death, apparently.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Alright, now we're just gonna go through here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, we're gonna fall off.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Bro.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
I'm
it
getting
mean?
so tired of
Stanley
hearing this
decided to go to
narrator,
the
I'm not
meeting
gonna
room.
lie.
Perhaps he had simply missed
Draco,
a
what's
memo.
up? We're playing the Stanley Parable. And it's like, this game is so... Mate. Why do I want to bash in the narrator's brain? The feeling's mutual, Kevin.
When
The
Stanley
feeling is
came
mutual.
to a set of 2 open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I'm gonna go through here and see if there's something else I can
Stanley
do.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about... What? Really?
There we go.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me
Shout out to Candon Darby with the resubscription. I appreciate that. Thanks a lot.
Chance. Now listen carefully, this is important.
Red versus blue.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, so next time we're gonna obey, but right now I'm disobeying.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood.
What the flip?
Stanley walked through the red door.
Shut up, mate.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Go away, mate.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
I just wanted you
Tell
to
you what,
shush, mate.
Let me take
Please.
a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option.
What?
This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
Ceiling light.
Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Mate. None of these textures are in.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
It's a 5 from me.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think
so there are going to be 3 doors now.
This one. Let's take a look.
The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. What the flip? Good old Neil is offline. It's 2 seconds? How do you beat this game in 2 seconds? This is me. I haven't been playing this game for 7 hours. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Very cool. Let's go through this ending.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Whatever they go straight in the middle.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Huh?
In this game,
what?
David crawls left towards danger. You
What?
click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh my god. Oh god, did they have to make it so jarring? Oh god, F this game, man. Oh man. Alright, I'm gonna have to let the baby go. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to let the baby go. Oh man.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see.
You gonna play
What
some
do we
Fortnite?
have here? Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Mate, what I'm about to walk into. Minecraft!
Stanley, is this any
Let's
better?
go!
At last, the one thing you've always desired.
Oh, I can't
a
jump.
game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be
What
enough?
the flip?
Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Where is it?
This will go here. No, here. And then...
Oh, there we go, a dirt house.
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all
A
off...
door.
Yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look
Need
at
to put
it.
a torch in there for when it
Gaze
gets
upon
dark.
my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
Should I change the category to Minecraft now or what?
Isn't it grand?
Oh, man.
Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Oh, okay. Mate. Oh, it's not the Minecraft music. It sounds like it, though.
It looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Bro, I can't believe this. What are these?
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay,
got mobs. Flipping out. We're gonna play another game? I wasn't expecting that, honestly. Portal!
Yes!
I was
don't
thinking
even know
this
what
game was
is,
like
but
Portal.
I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired.
Oh my god, I
couldn't
can
have done it any
pick
better
things up like
myself.
in Portal.
What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Oh my goodness. This is the best ending. This is the best ending. What the flip? You know, let me take the radio. Song's fire. Yo, GLaDOS, can you come help me?
It's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius.
Let me get my radio. I need GLaDOS to help me, I'm not gonna lie.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I
What?
really don't care much to see you stumble through anymore.
Oh, crap. Wait, he stopped talking. This is what the game said was gonna happen. It said we're gonna land in a dilapidated version of the office. Holy crap, so this was all gonna happen no matter what I chose? No, bring the radio. What? No, give me my radio. Oh, my freaking radio. Where's my radio? No! Damn it. This is very creepy. Bro, I can't see anything. It's too dark. Should have gotten a torch while you had the chance in Minecraft. Hey, I wish there was a torch. Bro, where am I? I can't do anything here. I'm not gonna lie, as annoyed as I was by the narrator.
I wonder what he found. If what he
crap, he's
wanted was
back.
to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Oh, are they gonna make me restart? Oh, okay, it's loading. I thought they'd make me restart. Okay, it's restarted for me. Shut up, British narrator. Bro. At first I thought this was going to be a comment about, you know,
Stanley thought,
office
how
life.
amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all
wrong.
just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
The third door is gone.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man laugh? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump off the platform
Stanley was
and
so
go
glad at
through
following
the red door.
directions. It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
If is that my first option I get? I think it is.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Okay.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Alright, I'll go through the red door. If it won't push me out of the way.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way we're doing right now.
It's an endless loop.
Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Oh, the door appears every... Wait, what? Door's on the left, but previously it was on the right. Oh, because that's how it... What? I think that makes sense, yeah. Back at the beginning? What?
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
That's what happens when you live in the PS2 menu. I mean, this is kind of nice, not gonna lie. We'll leave eventually, but it does look very nice. Boom, that right there could be a screensaver. Just record this. In fact, wait a minute. Boom, now you have a screensaver. Record this. Lovely screensaver right there. Okay. Let's make our way. Let's make our way out of here. Oh yeah, the subs. I don't have a button assigned to to make that go away. Sorry.
No, wait. Where are you going? Right.
Don't worry, I'm back.
Where were we?
Don't worry about it. I'm back, bro. I'm back. Nah, it's like I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
I want to see what he says if I go back.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Alright, yeah, now we're really leaving. Now we're really leaving, okay? I just wanted to hear your voice lines, Mr. Narrator.
No. What did we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
Well, bro, listen.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
I've died many times.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay
Mysterio.
here. Don't take this from me.
Oh, I have to jump off. Well.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
What happens if I just walk back down? What's he gonna say? Because he's very panicked now. Will he be relieved or is he just not gonna say anything? Next time I'll just straight up walk off. Is he gonna say anything?
You are going to stay here, aren't you?
Nah, bruh. Sorry. That's the death in the 8th restart. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Although didn't it say a slow death? The only situation where suicide is a dub. Peace.
No!
Huh? Oh, they did say it was a slow death.
You had me worried there.
I have to do it multiple times. Oh,
No.
crap.
No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Because you asked so nicely. I mean, that was very sweet. Of course we can. Of course we
Perhaps
can.
you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
Ooh.
I know you'll see. You'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
This is very cool. I'm not gonna lie, I'm enjoying this visual experience a lot. Alright. Now we'll do it. Now we'll do it. Kevin's saying yes, but there's no food here, bro.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
Yeah.
You're literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
Yeah.
Am I reading the situation correctly?
Yeah, bro.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know.
How many times do I have to do this?
I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over?
There we go.
It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Damn.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I thought
Stanley
it was going to
decided
sound
go to
very
the meeting
somber.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Well,
memo.
he seems to have recovered already.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't even know what else I can do at this point. Let me disobey.
This was not the correct
and
way
then
to the
take the
meeting room,
bridge and just
Stanley
go
knew it
where I'm
perfectly
supposed to
well.
go.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, we'll keep going.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To
do I
put
have an
your
option?
work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Oh crap, I don't have an option. This is just the apartment ending again, isn't it? Crap. Yeah, this is the apartment ending. Let's just begin the game again. I don't want to do this again. Brown taco. I have
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's
Wait,
all
I
need.
cannot answer the
If I
phone?
can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
That's the thing I can do? Okay, wait, let me try that. I'm gonna do it again. I didn't know I could just
When
not answer
Stanley
the phone.
came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
All right.
Stanley knew it perfectly
Let's
well.
go.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee
Pull the
lounge
plug.
first,
I wonder if
just
that's
to
the thing I
admire
can
it.
actually do though.
And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible
This game
he
is
wasn't
actually
5
just a
years
freaking
ago.
existential crisis, I'm not gonna lie. Oh
Look,
my
Stanley,
god.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting,
All this
Stanley.
time.
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Jesus Christ.
That's her, Stanley. Oh, no, you can't.
Oh, okay.
Did you just unplug the phone?
Yes.
Now, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
Stop lying, bro.
Not
Cap.
picking up the phone
Cap.
is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
What?
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well,
So he's
I won't
talking
have
to
that
me
kind
now?
of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Oh my
Please
God.
observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person.
but if used incorrectly can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My goodness. Is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Okay.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction.
What the
But not
flip?
to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay. Huh?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
I guess I'll leave, sure. I mean, if I get back on, what happens? Nothing. Okay. Where am I gonna go all the way back to the beginning, or what?
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Bye.
No! Why did you do that?
Oh,
quickly,
crap.
Hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Mate, it's blocked.
Oh, it's ruined.
What the
I can't
flip?
believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless
kind of cool,
now.
though.
And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do?
Bruh, that's literally the freaking smoke alarm.
No, I have to.
Alright. Give me a quick sec. I'll be right back. It's okay. It's okay, people. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. We're back. Don't worry, people. It's all right. Smoke alarm reveal. Tamago had to go get a back sacking crack. Oh man. Oh, iPhoney. I think the word crack has been like caught by the auto mod, but don't worry. I've just enabled it. Yeah. No, we're not getting a smoke alarm reveal. Oh, Brown Taco, did you bounce? Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. Man. Alright, let's get back into this freaking game. I'm hella confused by this game, honestly. What just happened? Smoke alarm went off like something in the kitchen, but it's all good. No worries. Freco saying that timing. Oh, did you say this game is annoying me? Please stop playing it at the exact time.
I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
What the flip? You sure you did this right, mate? I don't think you did this correctly. Ew, what the
I'm
fuck was
here.
that?
I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
What?
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
you already know what we gotta do,
door
people.
On his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing
it's not gonna let me.
Always putting the story.
It's not gonna let me do anything else.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
All right, we'll follow the what? What? What's happened?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Is this supposed to happen? I couldn't say if this is a glitch or not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This game is so unique. I can't even tell if it's a glitch. Legit, same. I think potentially this is a glitch. Going straight back into tennis camp, Kevin. Damn right. And you're doing a free movie marathon in the cinema. You have a nice night, my guy. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, you know, we're gonna begin the game again.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
But is that ending like over now?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I wanna... How did you literally glitch a game designed to predict everything? See, now I'm annoyed a little bit because it's like I wanna see what would happen if I did that. It's gonna take at least 10 minutes to get back to that ending though. Yeah, I know, right? I'm just like, bruh. Alright, let me go to this one. Let's go through the left. Yo, Jason, thank you for the resubscription. 3 months. I appreciate that. Thanks a lot, Jason.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Alright, we'll try and go through one more detour.
Disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm trying to think what other... If I go upstairs, there must be another way I can disobey. Let me just obey for now.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
2854, right? Bro, how do I go back? Oh, wow, I don't even have to freaking do it. What the flip? What happens if I do it anyway? So it's 2, 8, 5, 4. Oh, wait, what was it? 2845. Bro, there's no, like, center, like, cuticle. Or reticle. Okay, it doesn't say anything if you do it, even when you don't have to. Alright, underground. Kuzari, you're bouncing as well. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you later.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Alright.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Alright, let's see how we can mess this up.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Let's go.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
I think when it gives me the
His
option
own
to
life
destroy
in
it, I'm just
someone
not
else's
going to.
control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Alright, let me go up to 4. I hope this does something. Bro, what the flip? So I just did all that for no reason. Okay, cool. Why are Stanley's shoes so sticky? Listen to the footsteps. Oh, man.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yes,
After
I
they
did.
kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Maybe.
Control?
Yes.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated
Bro,
without
is this the
proper
countdown
DNA
ending?
identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But
Alright,
what
maybe
precious
now I can
moments
press
each
all the
one of them
buttons.
is. More time to talk about you, about me.
I'm gonna press
where
1,
we're
2, 3, 4,
going,
5. We'll see what it
all
does.
this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say
4
this, though,
seconds.
this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control
Bro, it doesn't
wrested
do
away
anything.
from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go.
You're saying it
But
says
I'm
click
sure
yellow?
whatever I come up with on the next go around
do you mean it says
will be
click yellow?
even better. My goodness, only 34
Oh,
seconds
is that
left.
telling
But
me
I'm
to
enjoying
do?
this so much. You know what?
But where
To
is
hell with
yellow?
it.
There is no.
I'm going to put some extra time
There's
on
no
the
yellow.
clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that
Failsafe.
timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Oh,
I mean,
what? I
look
can't
at
even
you,
press that.
running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything,
The flip.
anything, something here will save me.
Incorrect.
Why would you think that, Stanley?
3.
That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
Bro, what
you're
do you
only
want
still
from me?
playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch
Green.
you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first,
Bro.
so you can't.
Oh
Take
man.
a look at the clock.
30 seconds.
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle.
Goodbye, employee
30 seconds
47.
until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life?
Meh.
Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe
Alright,
me,
let's see
I
what
will be
happens.
laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in
There we
until
go.
the moment I say, happily ever after.
Jesus. I'm sure there is like a correct combination there. It's got to be a correct combination.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in?
What?
How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
The orders?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct
Are we just
way
back
to the
at the
meeting
beginning
room, and
again?
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay. I think we're just at the beginning again. It was okay. Oh, I'm not that impressed by
But
the
eager
lounge
to get
anymore.
back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might come into a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Oh, we're here
He
again.
considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours,
no.
he might be fired for that.
I can't do this
And
again.
in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
You know what? We're calling it there. Oh man, yo, this game. This game is a freaking headache. I mean, I read online the countdown ending can't be stopped. Oh, okay. IDK Bubs, what's up? Welcome to the stream. The game was frustrating you too, huh? Of course. Yeah, I think I'm done now. It was a nice experience, but I think that's it for me. Yeah. I wonder how many endings there are and how many I have left to get. I feel like I went through like maybe 10 or 12 endings. There are 19 endings. Okay, so I have a few more to find. And obviously we have that ending that glitched out. I thought that was part of the game, but then it turns out it wasn't, so that was weird. Yeah, 50 asking if we're gonna do another stream of this or play Downwell next time. I think we're just gonna go straight into Downwell. You know, this game was cool, but I can't do this for another stream. I just cannot. So on the next stream, we'll be trying to see if I can beat Downwell. Obviously, I did a game show on Downwell in 2018, and I never actually beat the game. The furthest I got was to level 2 out of 4 levels. So we're going to see if I can pull it off. I'm going to give myself like 3 streams to do it. I think it's meant to drive you mad, to be fair. Absolutely. That is the point. Absolutely. I can only hear maybe he missed a memo so many times before I lose my mind. Yeah, iPhoney, you are totally right. You're totally right. I'm done. I've got a headache. I just want to freaking close my eyes and lie in bed. People, thank you for tuning into the live stream. I appreciate it. Let me give you that headset hair real quick. Are we ready for this? Boom. How's it looking? What are we looking at right now? It's not so great. Five. I think that's a 5. Maybe a 4. Maybe a 4, actually. Weak sauce, clean, 10 out of 10. 4.2069, of course. Probably a 5. I'd give it a 4. I want to know what a 10 looks like. Jar pickled. Visit Tamago extras extras in chat so you can find it. And then look at the video titled Headset Hair. That's what a 10 looks like. It's symmetrical but not deep. Exactly, Craig. That was my thinking precisely. Let's see if we're going to raid somebody today. You know what? No raid today. Damn. Tim the Tapman. 50,000 people watching him play Apex Legends. Oh, because of the new season. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. No raid today, people. We're going to call it for the stream. Richard, what's up? Yeah, right at the end of the stream. But we'll catch you another time, bro. See me, the stream cut out when you said raid somebody, and it sounded much worse. Did it cut out for everybody, or did it cut out for you, bro? Thanks for trying my recommendation, even though it's a weird game. It is a weird game indeed, but it was... You know what? I'm glad I played it. It was on my list of games I wanted to play at some point. And I'm actually going to re-watch the Total Biscuit review of the game now, because I can't remember what he said about it, but I do want to re-watch that now. So I appreciate the suggestion. Yeah, we're going to be playing Downworld tomorrow. And yeah, I've got like I said, I've got a schedule for what we're going to be playing on stream, so I always know what we're going to be playing next. It's going to be a fun time. As usual, I thank you guys for joining me on these streams. We'll be back tomorrow. You have a nice afternoon, morning, evening, or night, whatever time of day it is for you. And I'll catch you in the next stream, okay, people? Thanks for watching. Peace out, everybody. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, where's my button? I didn't even have the button ready. Okay, now I will say it. Bye, everyone. Peace.